our chapter. 6 years. Deborah has been in our chapter for 6 years. She is a female business owner of Suncoast Custom Builders. They specialize in decks and patios. My assistants are. She lived in Northern California near Laguna Beach for about 12 years, but she's been here since 1987. She has 3 sons, 2 of whom are deceased. She's been married for 20 years, together for 23, and they are business partners. Her passion is getting her hands into other businesses. She's been recently stimulated to do some other women-run businesses. And she loves helping other women who need a second chance. So if you especially know women who want to get into building, please introduce them to Deb. When she was younger, she participated in the California Junior Olympics. She won blue ribbons in the 100-yard dash, the 220-yard and 440 relay, and the broad jump. I wish I had legs like yours, Deb. And her ideal referral would be an investor with multiple properties with multiple projects. And there's one thing I do know about Deb that maybe others don't know, but she has the most loving heart and loves her dog Kiki, who just went through cancer last year, and because of her love is now cancer free.
Jeremiah, it's up there. There you go.
Look at that.
That's such an old picture up there. I'm Deborah Bergfeld with Suncoast Custom Builders. I'm winging it this morning. It's like I sat out in the parking lot this morning. I said whatever comes out of my mouth today is meant to be. Yeah, I never thought I would be a residential contractor ever, and that's only through the support of people in this group. You know, too, encouraging me to do the testing and everything. But we have, between myself and my husband, it's like 30 years experience doing what we do. And you can go ahead and just kind of slowly go. That's my dog Kiki over there to the left. And then that's me and my husband at a concert. I love to go to concerts. I go to a lot of them with Cameron. They're just fun. So we do decks, patios, and hardscapes. Hardscapes are pavers or natural stone, family owned and operated, licensed, insured. We try to do competitive rates, and we both care tremendously about the work we do and making sure it's structurally sound. So with the patios and hardscapes, we do new and existing renovations of pavers. The most popular, custom look, easier installation, long lifespan. They can be sealed or unsealed. It's like more people are starting to ask for them to be sealed lately, which we have no problem doing. And you know, we do concrete, we've done porches, patio slab, or just stone, natural stone. This is paver jobs that we've done. It's just a simple Indian summer pattern with 2-tone pavers. And then those are other paver jobs that we've done. The 4 on the right are all the same property. We did all that there. And then we've done around pools. We build pergolas and put together, so if you want one that you bought from Lowe's or whatever, we'll help you put it together, or we will build them. The one on the right there, no tools property. With decks, we do new builds and existing deck renovation, pressure treated wood, classic wood, deck look, requires maintenance, sealing and staining 10 to 15 years. A lot of people don't like to stain or seal their deck, but it does make it last longer. And if your deck is like you wanted, I have to say, it's like when we go out and do estimates for repairs on decks, it's like I am just blown away by the way they're put together. Like you could literally pick some of them up and walk away with them because they're not attached to anything. And so a lot of times that's just what we'll do. We'll go in and like put hurricane clips and paint corners on it to make sure that there are lags to the house so that you know it's there. It's not gonna blow away or whatever. And then composite materials, wood look, already finished. Also in the colors, Trex and Azek, Wear Deck, and Parquet. Parquet is one that Brian Manning's store sells that we've worked with before. Trex and Azek, they have a lot of different colors. And it's limited maintenance, like pressure washing or soft pressure washing. And usually 25 to 30 years, depending on how well you take care of it. This is a deck that, you know, we start on the left is nothing on the back of the house. And she had an idea in mind, she wanted the balcony upstairs and the little deck on the side, she had a pool put in later, and then she put an outdoor kitchen underneath. I think that was probably one of my favorite ones that we did. Well, I take that back, because the last picture is one of my first ones that Sandra referred to me. This is another second story deck. All we did is, like, you can see her decks were rotting, so we put new ones up. This is an outdoor shower that we just recently did with the pebble floor. And then there's the most favorite. It was a wraparound deck around their little house, the yellow house right there, and then like an L shape, and it was just amazing. And then they did pavers as well. I love what I do. I truly do. Good referrals are homeowners, old new, HVAC companies, because you see the backyards and everything. HOA or condo association, flooring company, real estate agents, insurance agents, painting. You can see all of them up there. Someone with a pool looking to do pavers or a deck around it, above ground or in ground. Someone just looking to replace old wood boards with composite or just need a repair. Like I said, and just recently, it's like 62 years old, and I just got a fire lit under my behind to start putting my hands in some other businesses. So we'll see what happens there, and I'm going back to school again. I just like to stay busy, and I love soaking up knowledge, because there's always something I can learn, always. It doesn't matter what it is, not just business in all areas of life. And like Mara said, I love helping women and giving them a second chance, because I was given a second chance like 20 years ago, and I'm very grateful for that. I had made some really bad choices in my life and turned it around at the age of 43, and I'm really blessed to be a part of this group, because I didn't think I'd ever meet the people that I've met in this group. So I just want to thank you all.
All right, lights. Thank you, Deb. Now that we know more about Deborah Bergfeld, let's please try and get her some referrals for decks and pavers. Next up, we have Elana Rheinhart, and do you want me to start the video? Okay.
Exactly.
I'm gonna shut the lights off for the video. Lights. Camera.
I'm not even sure if I want this recording.
At the age of 26, my entire world fell apart, and 5 years later, the world I had just started to rebuild completely came crashing down. I don't often share all of the details of my story because I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I want people to feel good when they're around me, to feel sunshiny, but for these traumatic events for me to fully show up, I had to learn to be resilient and forgive myself. But let me start with just some of the highs and lows. I'll start with the obligatory cute picture of me in preschool. The first time I played softball, I was 4 years old. I hit the ball and they told me to run. I didn't know where I was supposed to run, so I chased my own ball. I was out. Happy to say that it got better from there. The highlight of my softball career is pitching the winning game to win nationals in 2007. When I was 16, my niece was born, and I spent the last 2 years of high school helping raise her. I can't believe she's almost 18 and graduating high school. I love to create content, and I consider it my creative outlet. I've been helping brands shine online since 2009, before user-generated content was even a thing. My latest publication was on a billboard for Joseph's Tea in Clearwater. My social media business was born 5 years ago, sitting on my bed, broke and desperate, trying to figure out a more reliable income stream. I've since turned my business into a full-service agency, providing services to over 30 clients a month with 11 team members. We continue to evolve with the industry, and today we offer classes in done-for-you social media, content strategy, publication, short-form training video, and audience development. And if you're not sure what all of that means, it's time for us to schedule a one-to-one. Most Most of my life has been created helping kids. I joined AmeriCorps out of college and helped kids determine what career opportunities they would be gifted at and the path to get there. After AmeriCorps, I worked for my parents' mortgage company as a licensed loan officer, but AmeriCorps had ignited a passion in me for wanting to create a safe space for kids to spend time after school, really focusing on self-development and their future. I was elected the president of the Junior Chamber of Commerce of San Diego. I worked as a loan officer for several years where I learned the value of networking and building relationships. Not too long after AmeriCorps, I started fundraising and I opened an after-school facility. Over the years, I had hundreds of middle school and high school students come to the facility for mentoring, teen nights, tutoring, and growth workshops. I raised $500,000 in donations during our active years. Nonprofit work is no joke, right, Pastor White?
You're right.
The center was featured on the news many times, and I received an award from the city for my contribution to local youth. I spent most of my 20s running the program, and the need for funding and visibility never got easier. At the end of 2019, I made the tough decision to close down the center and start to settle down and start a family of my own. But just a few months later, my husband passed away. And just 1.5 years after this beautiful dream wedding, he was gone in a blink of an eye, and I was a widow. Something I mentioned in my opening is that this is the second time that my world had come crashing down, because this was my second marriage. From my divorce to my husband's untimely passing, I suffered from a lack of self-worth, excessive drinking, financial devastation. I gave up on my career. I lost my house twice, my dog twice, DJ Twist, cue that sad country song. And 4 months after my husband passed away, I was laid off by my largest client, where I had been the events and social media manager for my hometown chamber for the past 3 years as a part of my current business. But the icing on the cake was I had to move back to my mom and dad's house. But with all this newfound time on my hands and grief to sort through, I started to dream about picking up and starting a new life somewhere. I quit drinking, and I'm nearly 2.5 years alcohol-free. I started a fitness journey. I lost a total of 60 pounds. Programs like Optavia, they really do work. I started traveling, mostly solo, but sometimes I met up with my parents for their retirement adventures. We went to Key West, Bahamas, Cabo, Colorado, Nebraska, Nevada, Arizona, Oregon, and more. I started to share my story on social media and build an audience, sharing my strength to keep on living and the lessons I was learning along the way. Inspiring those struggling with substance abuse, weight gain, depression, anxiety, loss of a spouse, owning a business. There was a lot to unpack, and sharing my story was helping me to heal. One of the first trips I booked was an Airbnb in St. Pete Beach. Some people say this area is a vortex for those looking to heal. And out of all the places I traveled, this is where I wanted to be. In the fall of 2021, good year to move here, right, Nick? On a whim, I packed up a few things in my car in California, and I drove here with no plan or idea how I would weather. As you can imagine, my parents could not understand why I would choose this over free rent. I moved here with no place to live, knowing no one, and a handful of clients left after COVID's interruptions. Once again, reignited to rebuild and start a fresh life in St. Pete. It was just 2 weeks later that I would walk into this room for the first time. I remember immediately feeling a sense of family, similar to what I had in my chapter in San Diego. I thought, there's a lot of businesses in here that could use help with social media or know people in the area, and I don't know anyone. After a year of being a member of this group, I wanted to turn this group from a sales team to family. So each week I come in and I tell you what I do, but today I wanted to share who I am. I hope that you'll trust that if you give me the opportunity, I'll go above and beyond for your referrals. And I would like to start and try and help. I would like your help to try and start and rebuild here in Florida. I have a huge heart for helping people, and I want to help make a difference in each of your businesses however I can. So today I decided that instead of teaching you about how to make content or create social media reels, I wanted to inspire you to be your own influencer. Your story and your life, what makes you uniquely you, is what people are going to connect with, and social media is the most lucrative platform to share your story with the world. Authentically showing up in your full capacity in your brand is what is going to attract your ideal clients. People work with people they know, like, and trust, and the most efficient way to achieve that besides B&I is on social media. As an entrepreneur, entrepreneur, you have to fully show up and step into every part of your company. There may be things you don't want to necessarily shine the light on when you show up, but when you show up fully for your business, people can fully see you. The most successful social media campaign is multifaceted. Behind the scenes, testimonials, people want to see all of you, not just your finished product. Don't hide, even if it's difficult to show up. Fully and authentically will bring you success. My dream clients are people who want to share their story and impact the world, and I can help you achieve that. In closing, I want to share my mission. Out of all of this, I am a trauma victim, but one day I just decided I didn't want to be that anymore, and I didn't want it to define me. I decided that I wanted people to feel warm and cheery around me like a ray of sunshine. I even had Jeff make me a sign for my office that says, "I am a ray of sunshine." I have worked hard to release my past so that I can spread sunshine, and although there are days I still struggle, those days I still show up fully and authentically. And this has helped me to inspire others to heal from trauma. And as a result of letting go of the guilt and shame while being honest and vulnerable, I've been able to grow my community around me on Instagram to over 25,000 followers. I do my best to keep them smiling and letting go of whatever clouds they have so that they can be a bright light to others. And you're the first to see our new logo, which is gone now, for Soul Social Media. And I'm launching an online community to encourage raising one another up while choosing to live as rays of sunshine. I'm excited that through the forgiveness of myself, I have found a way to turn all of these dark days into a brand that aligns with my soul's purpose. And I'm grateful to be a part of this B&I family.